Somatics is a powerful technique that addresses the root cause of most chronic muscular pain, sensory motor amnesia. I wanted to share a couple of essential facts about muscular pain that you might not be aware of. The first one is the brain controls the muscles, period. So if you have chronically contracted muscles, and no matter what you do to that muscle, whether it's pushing, pulling, kneading, stretching, or even drugging the muscle, nothing will change for the long term unless you get the brain back in control of that process. And this condition is what Dr. Thomas Hanna called sensory motor amnesia. What we teach people to do is actually somewhat counterintuitive. We tell them to contract into the tight muscle. This takes the muscle off cruise control, if you will, and then to actively lengthen and release, then completely relax the muscle. For the professional athlete, a severe case of sensory motor amnesia could literally end his or her career. If they strain a hamstring or they have a muscle spasm, a back spasm on the field, they can learn very, very easily how to contract into that spasm and then release actively out of that spasm to right there on the spot, reverse what's happening. You get to the age of 60 and everything hurts and you just don't understand why. The doctor says, "Oh, you're getting older, I think you better slow down." That is the worst thing that anyone could say to somebody getting older. We were meant to move. Human beings learn about their environment through movement. So if we as human beings stop moving, it's the worst thing that we could possibly do. Sensory motor amnesia is not age related. Young people can suffer from it and feel creaky and old people can suffer from it. If someone continues to have a recurring injury, it's important to ask, what's the pattern? What's the recurring compensatory pattern that's going on? What has happened to someone in that situation is she probably has tight muscles on one side of her body from holding a baby on her hip on and off for several years, maybe a couple of children. She slips down the stairs and oh my gosh, she cringes and contracts to save herself from further injury. Maybe she had abdominal surgery and she tightened in the front. Maybe she's had some emotional sadness in her life and she's cringed forward. This again is all learned. So what we teach people to do is to regain muscle control, sensation and control through gentle, easy, very natural sensory motor movement patterns that they just forgot. Once they regain that control from the brain level and they remember how to do all these things, all of a sudden, miraculously, they can walk. They can walk their dog, they can go 3 miles, they can get back to dancing, do the things that they love to do. There's no miracle involved in this at all. It's simply going back to the brain to remember all these things we just forgot along the way. I love it when clients say to me, "I can't believe that it was this easy." It is so exciting when they say, "Oh my gosh, I had no idea that the way in which I was moving my body was causing my pain." And I say, "Great, see you later, have a nice life, stay active, never stop moving," and everybody's happy. It's a win-win situation.